If you're like myself and you have dreamt for a long time of way better deserts in Minecraft, then boy do I have good news for you, because they have arrived. And ladies and gentlemen, here we are in the Better Desert. Now this is a fairly new mod made by Oka. It'll be linked in the description, obviously. And we're going to take a look around at it today because it doesn't change much about the deserts, but it does make some really cool improvements. For example, you can kind of see it as we're walking around here, there's different variants of cacti. So we have our normal cacti from the game, of course. This is going nowhere. We also have a couple other variants. We have the small cactus and the tiny cactus. Not much to say about these. They are just cacti after all, but we can create food out of cacti, finally. Because in the desert, there is nothing harder to do than find a snack. And this is how you do it. Cactus, tiny cactus, or a small one into the furnace and whatever you have available to burn. And that'll give you, and you can see I have a little bit here already, some dried cactus. There you have it. Nice little snack. It's an option for food in the desert, besides, you know, raiding a village, but that's pretty unethical. So that's a nice feature of Oka's food, finally in the desert. What else do we have? Well, we have this. There's so much to see, but I've tried to divide it into sections. Starting with, yes, wood. There's wood in the desert now, and it is made from cactus. And here it is. You see there's cactus planks, cactus stairs, cactus doors. There is more to this as well. You got basically everything you'd expect in a wood variant, so that is trapdoors and slabs. There is notably no buttons or pressure plates, so keep that in mind if you're building with it. But otherwise, very cool. And I gotta say, I actually love these textures. The green is something that's kind of missing from the game like this, so this is awesome. And you can of course make this out of the cactus in the game. We have the ability to make new wool variants. Check this out. So we have 3 variants of wool now. We have the regular wool here on the left. This is the in-game wool. Then you also have 2 other kinds. We have the royal wool and we have the tiled wool variants. I gotta say, this is such a nice addition to the game as someone who loves using wool for building things. What does that have to do with the desert? I don't know, but I'm not gonna complain about it. Finally, over here, the pièce de résistance, if you will, about this mod, which is all of these new blocks. Check this out. And this is only some of them. This mod adds the ability to create a ton of sandstone variants. You see I have a couple here on display. We have the tiled, the bit red, there's some classic red sandstone bricks, some chiseled, and then as well some sandstone things like tiles, polished sandstone tiles, different sandstone bricks. I gotta tell you, these are all very cool. And while it doesn't actually overhaul much into the game itself, you'll see that most of these buildings are relatively untouched. They are very cool looking textures that you could definitely use if you were feeling it. And of course, if you're wondering how to get it, it is just by using the old stone cutter. So just throw some sandstone in here, and here are all your new very cool variants, and there are quite a few. It's almost like having the chisel mod. That is what there is for blocks. There's also notably a jar, although I can't seem to figure out what the purpose of this is other than just decorative purposes, and it is a nice looking item. So, but let's cover the 2 things that really make a difference. Here are the 2 reasons that I love this mod so much. First of all, Oasis. Now, these are very rare in the game, but they exist, and they are a nice little addition to desert. This one just happens to be in a village. I don't think they are always like that. There's a little bit of terracotta in these, and of course some sand and some sugarcane. It has a little wood, which of course is pretty difficult to find, not to mention it's jungle wood. There's a jungle right here, but you may not have that luck. But yeah, very simple. But this isn't the piece that I wanted to talk about, let's be honest. What I really wanted to talk about is under here, and I've actually already dug down because I had to see it. And look at what is hiding down underneath this ocean. Now, these are findable in any desert, but this is the new desert temple. Now, I've got shaders turned on, but I don't think it's gonna make a difference because I gotta tell you, these are epic and terrifying. You can see there's spawners in here. There are some chests. From what I've seen, The loot is pretty similar to what you'd find in the original desert temples, so that hasn't really changed very much. But boy, there is a lot of different types of challenges in here, and it gets dark quickly, so you've got to have your wits about you. Not to mention, these are huge. I could walk around for ages trying to find out what's going on in these, and I feel like I would still have more. Here is a couple screenshots in light on the screen for those of you who are curious. This is some screenshots from the dev, and I gotta tell you, I love these. This is something the desert has been missing for a while. The old school desert pyramid temples we know of, they are, well, not this. Not a real challenge that is hidden underground that has the potential to create a lot of cool options. Check this out, a cave spider spawner in here. And I mean, there really is tons of stuff, and you can see there's royal wool hidden down here, so you have the option to find some of that royal items that is included in the game. There is tons of stuff. I don't know where to start. I just gotta say, I love this. I love the design of these, to be honest with you. There's plenty I could say, but honestly, this might just be a go-to mod for me in my normal games now, because does it overhaul anything? No, it doesn't overhaul the game, but gosh, this is fun. And this is such a nice little enhancement. And you know, I'm just saying, this royal wool, it looks pretty good. And that is it, everyone. That is all I have for you. This mod is simple, it's short and sweet, but gosh, do I ever like it, and think that it's about time that the desert gets a little bit of an upgrade. And this should just about do the trick for you. So with that in mind, please leave a like on the video, subscribe if you enjoy these reviews. I am thinking about doing a lot more of these, especially on these small mods that are new and deserve a little bit of love. We will see you next time.